Now, as Monty Python said, it's time for something completely different. Ladies and gentlemen, James and Zach. Everybody give a hand for James and Zach. Check.
I am not afraid to work. I wanted more hours, could not do the work for such a little amount of money. But more hours at that rate would have been good. Rather than a fraction of what I made when I lived with my parents, I might have to go back there soon. I'd rather sell everything that I own and live on the streets than give up. I need to summon up the strength to find work with benefits and social security, a social life, and a living wage. I am not getting any younger and not moving any higher. Even with all of my experience and ambition, the situation has me going crazy. Looking for the first offer I received to take, needing the affirmation of an interview, even viewing a friend, having an audience of a stranger, to feel qualified to do anything. My direct competition is interns who work for free. I will work for freedom. Need to take advantage of this gaining time. Not yet getting any younger. To create, market, connect, and chase financial stability, show my accountability professionally, my ability creatively, find the intersection there wherever it is I am and will be for as long as I know. As long as I know what I want to do, I will be as I have always been, looking for love, success, companionship, identity of self, and selflessness. So much easier to have for strangers than family and friends for some reason. Easy to do the heavy lifting for a woman carrying a child up a flight of stairs. You do not know their baggage. It is so much easier to love people in theory, free from subjective reality that prejudges and guesses of next moves based on far less, more than hypothesis. Your sister, the width of a continent away, and civil while separate, than combating for attention from your parents while together, each time while together to bicker and make each other's accomplishments dimmer, ourselves bigger, germinating into an escalation, into a fight. Better to help a woman with a stroller to an escalator, to breathe and talk to your mother and father later, but do not wait very long. A childhood full of drama and adolescence filled with fights, early adulthood moving out of the neighborhood that you once filled with bellows of fights and bedrooms that were far different than pillows. These lows and highs of your life that made you close with your mother and close to, far with your father need to be discussed. Words amounting to distance, to forgive and forget and get along for as long as they are around, rather than spinning the stories, spinning around in one place, never getting any better, younger, over what is on your mind but is not even yours, only your version, interpretation, reasoning, your school subject, closed-minded, suburban school mind, understanding of the world around you, as small and important as the globe stored in the basement, while you work to become a man and finally realize what it all meant, if it means anything now, and see if you want anyone without hurting anyone forever. Erase those mistakes, kiss and make up, reconnect with folks and decide to discuss to move on. However many eons ago it seems, far away from the EMS team that it was, as it is now, knowing that it might need to be fixed again in the future, regaining its negativity and lack of activity. Which one should actively avoid? Reading aloud speaks louder than words, speaking louder than words, longer than you heard your mother calling you as a child, your father calling out to you as an athlete, your sister calling you to talk about herself as a brother, your friends calling you out for being a liar as only friends can. Friends can be amazing, friends can do no wrong, friends can be almost useless at times and totally necessary again. In love, friends with sex, women, men, help make this life wonderful. Children, the perpetuation, infatuation, obsession, acquisition, relation, gestation, menstruation, decomposition, lives spent positioning around others, posturing for others, living for other reasons, and the unreasonable requests of and requirements for working to be able to subsist on the insisting of a boss thriving by your necessity and his nepotism-based superiority. Opportunity is not available to you because of school, geography, or genetics, ethics like a fascist insistent on militant methods of breaking you to create you anew. But what is the point if you work and work and work, then retire none the wiser, only having spent so much time being so serious about silliness, as egregious as, and the same thing as, wasting your time punching the clock in a city where animals have all been left, while artists and tourists flock, and doors are always locked, and the clocks move faster when you are in love and having fun, and running late speeds up when in a rush the trains do not move, and stand still when you are all alone. You are all alone. You are not alone. You are not alone in being all alone, unemployed, hungry, aroused, allow yourself the understanding that you are alive, whether or not you comprehend an earth in a solar system, in a universe that exists but never ends. someday all my friends will cash in their pensions. Will I be among them? All of the marriage announcements that I will ever receive will not include me. Nights when friends are running around town, I am working. Mornings when they wake up to go to work, I am sleeping. How do they manage to change their schedules like that? Is my inability because of health and needing to eat better? Because I am working, needing to have fun? Such violence associated with my bedtime rituals during my adolescence has me staying up till I pass out, staying in bed till the sun has almost gone down, and with only so much time left, I am not sure which thing to do is right. Let's run through the streets and walk through the city's parks. After dark, wander like stars and planets coursing through space, our blood coursing through our veins, moving toward the constellations to get away from our consternation, the stress and tension of starting every day, trying to make it mean something, engaging strangers, looking at girls and having no idea what to say, or whether or not an opportunity has presented itself, or would have if you had left the house, gone to the party that night, turned left, turned right. These right and wrong lessons that I was taught. My early relationship with religion has me suspicious of gifts and feeling guilty for accidents, wanting to confess, admit to everything, knowing that omission is deception, and I want to express everything here, to exist beyond the page. Every day I age and try to be agreeable as much as I am able and lead an honorable existence. Be happy with what I have accomplished, have found myself and lost myself at least once in a forest, as far in as is possible and screenless, powerful in my proximity to currents of water rather than electricity from a generator, feeling the way that generations before me did, rather than surrounding myself with technology they could never have begun to imagine.